Altitude Dazzle in the D-League. It's the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Altitude coached by Sam Garski. Dazzle coached by Elijah Allen. This is our middle school division, which is 7th and 8th grade. We've had a lot of back and forth here. We unfortunately had to dismantle a team, so we have 3 teams now, and they're vying for the championship tomorrow morning. And they can have a playoff spot tonight in our first playoff game, which will be later tonight after our dinner break. But Gangaswamy will be the first to score. It's Altitude going up 2-0 early in this battle. We have 15-minute first half, 17-minute second half. First 30 minutes be no full court press. You can't double, only man-to-man defense. And the clock will continue to run, and we'll have a timeout every 5 minutes. But then the final 2 minutes, it'll be a real game scenario where if it's within 10, the clock will stop. You can have full court press and more, trying to put them in that real game scenario. But the other 30 minutes working on the fundamentals and basics and try to win the game that way. McDaniel on the outside for Coach Sam Garski and his Altitude, who are in orange, Dazzle in white. Here's a steal for Anderson. Peshman will bring it across the midway point for Dazzle. Peshman, 3. Warner. He'll attack on Castro. Shot won't go. Warner fights for it. But Gilliam is the one who's able to bring it down and keep it. Nearly got away with the travel. Peshman looked at 3 his last time down. He'll try to do it again, but for the second straight time, misses everything. Coach Elijah Allen trying to tell Peshman to keep shooting. Saw him last night in the three-point contest and just wants him to keep attempting those outside shots. Just make sure that he's open. Tran swing down to Gangaswamy. He has the only 2 points in the game so far. He gets fouled. He'll get 2. Ram Gangaswamy, 5'1", 8th grader out of San Jose. Been one of the stars of the camp in the D-League. Coach Garski was ecstatic to get Gangaswamy on his team after we had to dismantle the Rim Rockers, unfortunately, due to a lack of players. Really adding to Coach Garski's arsenal in the D-League. Shot goes up and in. McDaniel drives to the rack, and Altitude currently shutting out Dazzle through the first 4 minutes. Altitude not scoring much, but scoring nonetheless, as Dazzle still not on the board yet. The goose egg can't be cracked. Castro, huge in the three-point contest last night. Unfortunately, can't hit his first attempt of the game. Peshman's defense forces Schreiger to miss. Going the other way, here's Anderson. Losing the handle, keeping the dribble into the corner. He'll give it up as the ball continues to swing. Castro launches it to the corner. Schweigert's defense too far away. The 3 ball bounces off the rim and out to the Altitude, who look to continue their 5-point streak. Warner gets it down low, gets Castro to blow by. Gangaswamy can't get his hands on it, but somehow tipped back to him as it goes out the baseline. First 5 minutes through the Altitude, lead by 5. You're watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. NorCalSportsTV.com/2025 events. If you have a youth team or if your camper is on a youth team, you can join us throughout the rest of summer and throughout the fall. NorCalSportsTV.com/2025 events. Morgan enters the game, looks at three immediately. It pogoes off the block and out of bounds. Little fight for the ball. It's going to stay here in favor of Dazzle, but Morgan wasn't on the court in the first 5 minutes. Altitude took a 5-0 lead, but still struggling to score as they come right out of the break. But Morgan's still trying to warm up. Three, short, rebound, Dazzle. Castro, he'll get it from the corner, gets the Dazzle on the board with distance. Just like that, it's a one-possession game, and Coach Garski will come out, talk to Murray, who also enters the game for Altitude. So it's Murray, Schweigert, Tran, Tague, and McDaniel. That's the 5 for Sam Garski. Here's McDaniel now. He's on the board once already, looking to add to that total. Swings it out. Tague, now Tran. Guarded by Castro. A swing down to the middle. Oh, what a find and the finish. Beautiful highlight play as it's perfectly executed. 7-3 Altitude. Here's the drive. Gilliam tosses it up, two-handed. The Dazzle, all they needed was one to get their offense going. They got it, and now they're on a roll. The spin, McDaniel. Oh, another fantastic move. Ball doesn't want to go through. A lid on the basket. McDaniel will try again. Castro's defense forces him to miss. McDaniel still attacking. 1-2 step, not enough. Murray strips it out of the hands of McDaniel. He'll lead it the other way. He has numbers. 4-on-3. The spin down low. The right hand. The foul. 2 free throws come for Morgan. Coach Sam Garski saying when it comes to that play, you have to go straight up and down. That's the only way you're not going to get the foul call. And even then, as basketball as we know it, you're still going to get called for that foul in some occasions, but you just have to go straight up and down and hope the officials see that you weren't attacking them, you weren't dropping your hands down. They should award you for the good defense. From 7-5 as Morgan goes 0 for 2. Morgan goes for the spin, lost it off the foot as Tran comes over for the help D. Gilliam off on his 16-footer. Here it goes in favor of Altitude. Schweigert looks at his options. McDaniel runs baseline, cuts back as Galuppi cut him off too early. Tag, switch to Tran. Schweigert now off the block. Murray running the high post. Tran gets past him with ease. No, it bounces out. Accuracy wasn't quite there for the ball. Schweigert, he'll be fouled for 2 free throws. Schweigert off on the first. Schweigert goes 0 for 2. It's a 2-point game, 7-5 through 10 minutes. Morgan, 3. Short. Murray gets it to the middle. Schweigert underneath. Rebounded by Morgan, and that will send us to our second timeout. 7-5 Altitude at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Straight Sports custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. That's STR8sports.com. Straight Sports, the designer, creator of the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp jerseys. They're reversible, the white and orange, the orange and blue. The fantastic jerseys. The early bird gets you the name on the back of the jersey. If not, unfortunately, you just don't get that. But we do have extra jerseys if you would like to match your camper. We have some from years past and this year. You can go into the snack bar when you pick up your camper tomorrow. You can buy yourself a jersey and the rest of the fam as well. Just go see Jeremy. Tell him I sent you. Altitude Dazzle here, D-League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Thank you for joining me all week long. It's been 6 years of the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I've been here for every single one. It's always a fun time. Get to see the returning campers and the campers for the first time having a blast and hearing them talk about returning the next year. And unfortunately for some of those high school players, their final year being here, it's fun to see them, and I'm excited to see what they're able to do using the knowledge they learned here at the college level. Another score down low for Dazzle. They're able to tie it up at 7 apiece. 3.5 to go in the first. Altitude Dazzle, Coach Garski versus Coach Allen. Gangaswamy back in play with an easy flick with the right hand. Morgan brings it across the midway point. He was guarded initially by Gangaswamy. Warner comes over, and Morgan continuing to fade from the basket. Went through 3 different defenders, McDaniel being the last one, and his defensive presence forced him to miss. McDaniel over to Gangaswamy, but the whistle blew first. No push on the ground. Inbound, Gangaswamy goes reverse over Morgan, denied by the backboard. Gilliam trying on that help defense, leaves Murray open. His 5-footer. 9-7. Morgan's bounce pass, stolen by McDaniel. Defense has to get back. Warner with so much speed gets there first. McDaniel sidesteps into a 5-footer. Gangaswamy, the putback. He's got 2 back-to-back. 7-11 Altitude, leading by 4. Peshman also back in the game. He currently holds for Dazzle. Guarded by Murray. Tries to use the handle. McDaniel steps up for the help defense. Peshman very quiet in today's battle. 2 minutes to go in the first. Murray pulls up into 3. Too much. Transition basket. The Dazzle keeping this one close. 9-11. Warner saw enough separation. He wanted to take the 3, but Peshman stepped up too close. Peshman fouls. Too much contact, trying to strip it away from Warner. Warner saves it. Hands it, comes away with it. Anderson looks at 3 over Gangaswamy. Bad bounce, offensive board. It's still loose. Morgan turns and shoots and gets the roll. McDaniel splits the defense. Anderson splits him in the basket. Gangaswamy draws the foul, count the basket, and one. A 3-point play for Gangaswamy in the Altitude. Puts them ahead by 5. .20 seconds and counting until the half. Hanset denied by the rim. Nearly loses it. Saved, but it's back into the hands of Altitude. Murray has Gangaswamy ahead of him. Goes to McDaniel in the corner. Steps into 3. He's got it. Nothing but net. With the 3 from McDaniel, the Altitude lead big. We have 17 more minutes to play. Halftime is here. Altitude 19, Dazzle 11. It was McDaniel's 3 to put Altitude up by 8. Peschman still continuing to look at 3. Airball's another. He's 0 for 3 from deep today. Just a hard time getting started, but still plenty of game time to go. Remember, that last 2 minutes is a real game scenario. So as long as Dazzle keeps it close, they're still going to have a chance. But right now, Altitude seems like they can't be stopped as they break the 20-point barrier and give themselves a 10-point lead. Peschman down the lane, still struggling, but just as coach is telling him, continue to shoot. You're a good scorer, and shooters need to shoot, or else you're not going to win the game. So Peschman taking that advice and still continuing to take those shots that are high percentage. He's not swallowed up by a lot of defensive pressure. He continues to take the shots that he should make, but just a cold day so far. Peschman, top of the arc, still cold, and Coach Garski is saying, hey, Tran, you have to go and defend that. You got to watch the shot because he's still going to continue to take those. Gangaswamy, another putback. Here's a steal for Altitude, up by 14. Gangaswamy short as he's fading away. Peschman board. He'll slow it down for Dazzle. Peschman gives it up. Back to him. Castro on the left. Peschman, 15-footer. Schweigert all the way down. The scoop gets picked up by Gangaswamy, who's able to rattle it in. Peschman steps into a 3. Finally got one to go. Peschman from deep. 13-point game. Altitude has truly added to their total here in the second half, just a couple minutes in. They've had 8 points in 3 minutes. Foul on the play leads to Warner free throws. Warner's second. That one will cash in. Nothing but net. Peschman gets fouled. He'll have free throws now, looking to answer back to what Warner was able to do a moment ago. Rebound Gangaswamy. Pants it, moving off the screen of Castro. (28-14). It is the D-League at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Minutes to go. Altitude trying to keep their lead. Dazzle with the ball here. Gilliam gets it denied by Gangaswamy. McDaniel will head the other direction. He throws it up and is fouled. Gangaswamy able to get another one there. 32-15. The Dazzle now doubled up. Altitude not turning away. Gangaswamy fading away. A rare miss from him. McDaniel puts on the move. Short. Gangaswamy reverse. Rebound Anderson. Gilliam, top of the arc. Poe goes out. Tran, a rebound for the Altitude, leading by 17. Schweigert's miss, chased by Gangaswamy. His putback won't go. Schweigert still staying with it, trying to swing the court over to McDaniel. McDaniel denied by Castro. Gangaswamy's blocked, and we got a foul from midcourt. Official on the baseline says no The other says yes. 32-15 with 8 to go in the second. Gangaswamy taking his time. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Morgan on the drive, trying to turn out against Schweigert. Gilliam finds an open lane, blows it. Schweigert, the last to touch. We'll have another timeout with 7 minutes to go. It's 32-15 Altitude leading the Dazzle. Straight Sports, custom uniforms. Go to straightsports.com for more. The Altitude leading 32-15 in this D-League matchup. Altitude, a large lead right out of the half, and they haven't looked back since. Altitude, or Dazzle rather, still struggling to score. We'll see if they can make that late second half comeback. Final 2 minutes, remember, will be a real game scenario where the teams can full court press and more. So we'll see if they're able to do something before then to set themselves up for that final 2 minutes. Morgan steps back into a three, trying to use that backboard. Way too much muscle. Schweigert on the drive, off balance, can't hit. Peshman rebound. He'll be able to bring it down for the Dazzle. 17 points need to start here. Peshman's three, short. Snags the rim, but nothing more. McDaniel sees Dazzle shooting the threes. He wants to take one himself. Short, but they stay with it. Altitude, Murray, no good. Morgan rattles off the chase down. Favors Altitude. McDaniel, Warner, Tran, Schweigert, and Murray. That's the 5 for Altitude. Here's McDaniel now. Good toss, nothing but net. Gilliam. Morgan. Peschman has Hansen in the corner. He's trying to get it there, but the double team from Tran will lead to a foul. Morgan turns and shoots. He's fouled by Schweigert. McDaniel. Peschman gets bumped. 3 on the way. McDaniel. He takes a 3, looks good, comes up short. Morgan will bring it back the other way. Morgan pops it up, gets the roll, and that will lead us to our 2-minute timeout. The Dazzle able to add 2 more to their total right before the break. 2 minutes to go here from the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Final 2 minutes of play. Altitude most likely get this victory here, and Schweigert never backing off, continuing to try to strike. Full court press is allowed, and it looks like Altitude are going to take use of that and get ready for playoffs, which start tonight. Castro's 3, short. McDaniel able to add the first of 2 from the free throw line, which just continues what we've seen from Altitude in this game. 35 seconds left to play, and Altitude and Coach Sam Garski are going to get a victory here in the first D-League matchup of the day. Remember, playoffs start tonight. You can watch those right here on NorCal Sports TV, live or on demand. Hansett misses the free throw, and that will be the game as the Altitude take the victory here in the D-League. You've been watching the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. When it's